Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
All right, Coffee Ann here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning on this Thursday morning. It's December 22nd. Nice to have you along with us. I'm Joe Callahan. Bob Lauder's here in his festive red sweater. Nice looking sweater, Bob.
Good morning. Thank you.
Nice you to be here. Emily's looking festive as well.
Good morning.
In a red plaid, so there we go. All right, before we get into all the important things, and we got important things for Bob, I think, let's get a first message from Emily and what's going on at the call.
Oh, there's so much going on at the call and the Times. Mm-hmm. We're not just a newspaper anymore. So we do everything from feather flags to email blasts to target marketing. You name it, we do it. We're, a full service media, group. If you have any interest in doing print or online advertising, I'm always available, and my number is 401-767-8500.
Very good, Em. Now, the question goes out to Bob because he gets together with his family over the holidays. Will you be getting together with family over the Christmas Eve?
We got
like
together on Sunday.
Oh, so you won't see anybody?
Last Sunday.
Okay.
And then, yes, there's another Christmas party. Sunday was the big family Christmas party.
Okay, all right. Oh, I'm a week late. Sorry about
Nice.
that. But I was going to give you some talking points to make you look intelligent, talking sports with your family members.
Whoa.
Would you like some?
Absolutely, man. I will take any kind of advice I can receive.
All right, just say in your opinion.
Yep.
Mac Jones of the Patriots has got to go.
Mac
Yeah.
Jones.
Gotta go.
Pats.
Has got to go.
Go.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to? Suppose somebody says why.
Not playing well.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, that's all you got to say.
That's all you got to say. He's not
Okay.
playing well. Just keep saying in your opinion.
All right.
All right. The whole team has got to play better to make the playoffs.
Okay, that's easy.
That's pretty easy enough.
Yep.
Okay. And just make one more talking point. Boy, it's too bad about that Xander Bogaerts leaving town. I hope Rafael Devers stays.
Zam de Bogars.
No.
Not even close, Bob.
Not even close.
Xander.
Xander.
Yes.
Bogart.
Bogarts. Like Humphrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's too bad he had to leave.
Leave. Yep.
I hope
Yep.
Rafael Devers
R-A
will stay.
H-A.
There's a rumor, though, that he won't.
Devers.
Well, he's signed through this year, so he's with us through 2023. Yeah. But I saw the big thing that says him and the Red Sox are galaxies apart. I've never heard anyone use that expression before on their contracts. So there you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me tell you about my family get together.
All right.
Because I got the prize.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah. Family has.
where are you taking us?
It's not that.
No,
Different kind of prize.
Okay.
Family has Gene's family, Magnan family Christmas ends up with a Yankee swap.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The theme of the Yankee swap this year was something from your cellar. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
so you don't get out and go buy stuff. You actually go find stuff you already have.
Well, if some of us have to cheat and go.
All
and buy
right.
stuff.
All right.
But my daughter had found a lava lamp, and she put that in. One of the uncles got that.
Uh-huh.
And I had gone out and cheated and purchased a telescope, and one of the party got that.
Okay.
But the prize that I got,
Yes.
that nobody seemed to want to take away from me, was an inflatable moose head.
Gee, I can't understand why, Bob. It should go up in your office.
It's going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But how many people, have
Have an inflatable moose head.
moose head?
Now, how big is it? Did you measure it? Is it about 2
the
feet by
box
3
is like-
feet, or do
I didn't open it up. I just left it in
haven't
the
opened it
box
up.
and looked at the picture.
you have to pump it up yourself?
Probably, I guess so.
That'll keep you busy on Christmas morning,
Well,
won't
I'm
it?
talking about that. Let me hand out these things. These are
thanks.
not gifts
Jeez,
from
thanks,
me.
Bob.
No,
No?
they are not.
Who are they
These
from?
are from my wife.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
That's awful nice of her.
You know my penchant for going out and buying books and stuff.
Yes.
Well,
Pretty
Jean
weak.
doesn't have that same enthusiasm for my problems.
Yeah. All right.
And so she has suggested, get rid of them. And, so this is part of the get rid of them.
Well, thank you very much. Now,
Thank you very
how's
much,
your
Bob.
Christmas shopping going? Almost done, Bob?
Are you
See, Christmas
crazy?
is Sunday,
Yeah.
You need to be done
Isn't
before
CVS
then.
opened on Sunday morning?
Some are.
Some are.
Yeah. Cumberland Farms is open too. If you want to get a gallon of milk or a bottle of Coca-Cola. Or some batteries.
Lottery tickets.
Lottery
I'm in my
tickets.
usual desperation, wild-eyed state.
What's the problem, Bob? No motivation?
I don't know what to get people.
Well, that's where you go out.
And you ask, what would you like for Christmas?
And
I get the
inspiration hits
same
while you're
answers.
out. What?
Nothing. I'm happy.
Well,
I
then,
wish somebody would come up with something they wanted for Christmas.
wow, Bob, you were just
Like I've said before, flowers is always good.
that's for
Candy.
but that's for the females. Yeah, you get that tin of cookies, of butter cookies.
Yeah.
There you go. Simple
you think
enough.
that my marriage is going to survive by giving my wife.
Oh, you didn't say
you
it was for your wife.
Christmas?
No, I'm thinking it's just.
Oh,
general.
no, it's for his
Oh, hold on.
wife.
I didn't. You didn't
We've
say it was
had
for
this
his wife.
conversation.
Okay. Well, Bob. Yeah, like M said.
Gift certificate to go and get her nails done.
Yeah.
Gift
That's
certificate to,
spa.
the spa to get a massage. Gift certificate to
Couples massage. Get one for yourself.
Yeah.
You can go at the same time. These are great ideas.
What
All right. Yes.
You guys are all ready, I take it.
Yes.
You look like you're pretty smug with Santa being on your side.
Yes.
Yes.
Boy, oh boy.
We start early. Well, earlier than Bob.
Well, I pick up things throughout the year.
Do you? Oh, that's smart.
I have to because
Yeah.
I have no time whatsoever. So right now, last night, I go in stages.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, stage 1 was get everything out and on the floor.
Okay.
Tonight, stage 2. Stage 2 is I'm going to separate, these
Whose is
gifts
whose.
are for who
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Then tomorrow night, stage 3,
Wrapping.
I don't wrap.
Oh, you don't?
Oh no,
Christmas
bags.
bags. Oh,
Bags
okay.
are the best, and
Well, they are.
my whole entire family, both sides. So my husband's side and my side, they all know once they, unearth their gifts
Yeah.
from the bags, they know to give the bags,
bags come back.
to me.
We'll use it for next year.
I mean,
It's recycling.
it's recycling,
Yeah.
and the thing is that there's just so many people.
Yeah.
And there's so many bags. Bags are expensive.
Yeah.
So they know. I get the, like the heavy duty, sturdy ones that are not, $1, $1 a piece or what have you. And
And they're pretty, and
they're pretty.
and
they're
certainly
sturdy.
reusable. Yeah.
They're sturdy. They don't, obviously if one rips, I'm not
Yeah.
going to use that one again.
They can keep the tissue paper that
What
comes in the
kind
bag.
of bags are you talking about?
Well, they're gift bags, Bob.
Yeah, just like gift bags. I have these like heavy duty ones that are probably, I don't even know how much they were, but I've had them for years. And they actually say, there's actually a tag on them that says heavy duty. So it can take a lot of weight so it doesn't break. So, like perfect example, I have twin cousins and they're 15 and they're readers. They love reading books. So for Christmas, they're getting a whole set of, a trilogy or,
Okay.
what have you of books. Books are heavy.
Yeah.
They're going in that heavy duty bag. So it won't break, and they're getting some art supplies and things like that, but they'll be done.
Do you think you and I can sneak some bags over into her house for next year? She doesn't seem to know. She'll just put stuff in the bags.
Yeah.
Just spell our names right on the labels.
Yeah, I could do that.
Perfect.
I try to be as organized as possible. But in saying that, I had family over. It was all my cousins over, which is not many. There was 12 people came over to the house on Saturday. And I don't know why, my husband opened up one of the closets And he's like,
Crash.
no, it didn't crash. But then later he's like, I opened up that closet and you couldn't even walk into it. I said, that's the closet where all the presents are. Because I had to hide them somewhere.
So we do the Yankee swap thing too in my family with my siblings because we don't want to buy each other everything. And then we asked all the nieces and nephews as they got older.
Yeah.
Really like past like 13, I guess. Okay, your choice. You can get something from everybody, or you can join us grown-up kids and be part of the Yankee swap and go. And they want to join us. They want to be with the adults.
Yeah.
Which is great because there's much less to buy. And, they end up with the inflatable moose head and they're like, what do we do with this? Well, hey, you wanted to join us. That's the odds you take.
Yeah,
That's the chance you take.
we did that with my husband's side, but when it comes to the kids, because they're still, one's going to be 16 and one's going to be 13, so
Yeah.
I still get them more than just one.
Not nice of
one
you.
gift. But
You can open these things, you don't have to.
Oh, I didn't know
all
we're
right.
saving them.
And
All
you
right.
noticed how well I wrapped them with the special
There's
little stickers
no-
on them that say your name.
There's no
I-
way you wrap this, Bob.
There's
no way.
bows or anything
So
like that,
thank
and just the-
thank Gene for us.
yes,
will you,
please.
All right. So mine is in red with snowflakes on it, and
And mine has
I think those are
snowmen,
Santa.
and it says "Let it snow" on it.
Oh my!
mine doesn't say anything. One book. All right. 100 years of Boston Red Sox baseball. Red Sox century.
That's
Very
cool.
nice. Thanks there, Bob.
And then-
Gene.
And then
Sports?
I got yes.
What do you get?
I got the Gardens of Colonial Williamsburg.
Wow. Like a picture book, right?
Oh no, this is going to give me
Oh, inspiration.
inspiration.
I see.
Because there's a plant list of trees, and this is great. And it's an English garden, which I am English, so it's great. Oh, this is beautiful.
Jean is so happy to get these out of the house.
Oh,
I bet she
thank
is.
you
She's
so
listening and saying-
much.
I wish there were more people on the radio that you could have brought stuff to.
I'm already getting ideas.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks,
Thank
Gene.
you
That's
so
nice.
much, Gene
I
and
could
Bob.
figure out. I saw Red Sox, so I thought it was sports.
So you're all set. Well, you're pretty smart there,
Yeah,
Bob.
you're pretty smart there.
When,
yeah.
when they spell it S-O-X and
Yes.
not S-O-C-K-S, you know it's sports. So there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good to go, Bob. I should gift it back to him like next year. See,
know, right?
see what he does.
Jean will come down here and beat your head.
Yes.
I want to ask Bob this question. It dealt with a story that happened yesterday. It was in the call that the Brickell Group is going to pay the fine, almost $500,000 to the U.S. government for their situation with the blankets and using labor from outside the United States. But Bob, how many laws? Because they said, I got to find it here, that they broke. The U.S. attorney argued that the Hyman Brickell sale of the blankets violated the False Claims Act, a Civil War era law that holds liable any person knowingly submits a false claim to the government for a triple amount of the damages. How many or how many Civil War era laws do we still have on the books that are still enforced?
I would have no idea, but if
That's
you ever
fascinating.
take a look at the laws of the United States, the federal code, it's extensive. The volumes
Yeah.
would go from one wall to the other at least. There's thousands and thousands of laws.
I know there's a bunch of silly laws. Well, we consider them silly now. You can't look at a cow on Thursday or something like that. There's laws like that on the books, completely unenforceable now. But,
I think that's sort of ephemeral. I'm not sure that really is true.
well, I'm
Yeah.
paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
there are similar laws like that. You can't ride the horse on a Sunday. Or, it's the Lord's Day, so there are laws like that.
But as for how many go back to the Civil War, I have no idea. But you look
That's-
at our Constitution.
And that are still enforced, that they pulled up that law specifically to go after the Brickell Group, a Civil War era law that they're violating.
Well,
And they won. The government won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they won or if that was a compromise and a settlement that they arrived at. But the amount seemed to be...
It is to settle a claim.
Yeah, but the value of the blankets that the Brickell Company had sold to the government was less than the amount that they had to pay in the fines and penalties.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the government got free blankets and got money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet deal, huh?
Well,
For them, anyway.
I think it's very difficult probably for someone like the Brickell Company to trace backward where the actual material was manufactured or brought together. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they manufacture the blankets here in Rhode Island.
I think
or
they
if
do.
They purchase them somewhere else and then put the bindings on them or something like that. Or
You know anything about it,
how
Em?
it is done.
I'm like 99.9% sure that they still make them here in Rhode Island. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about that, too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we were questioning it yesterday. Did they send these out to India and make them there and ship them back? Or were they using Indian labor here to make the blankets? And was that a violation of the law?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it didn't say anything in
I'm not
the,
sure.
in the article.
I know it's tough to know, but I just wanted to ask about the Civil War era laws that we're still following to this day, and it's amazing. We are.
I'll have to find some to bring in and.
Oh,
study it.
yes,
Oh
please
yeah,
do.
yeah, that would be cool. All right, Em, time for a second message from the Call newspaper. Then we'll take a break here on the Coffee and program.
Yes. So two things. Next week, we are actually, the front office will be closed. We'll still be open for business, but you will need to buzz the buzzer to get into the building. I'm going to be on vacation, but I will be here on Thursday morning.
Okay.
I will come rolling in because I'm up early in the morning every morning anyway. So
And you're here in town, so why not?
and I'm here in town, so it's not it's no biggie, and it's to ring in the new year. Pre-New Year. But speaking of the new year, we have our winter special. Our winter special is back this year for the month of January and February for a 16th of a page ad, $250 total for 7 days of advertising in the Woonsocket Call or the Pawtucket Times or both. So if you are interested in doing so, it's a deeply discounted promotion that we're having. We had great success last year. I'm sure that, it will be great success, this coming year. So if you have any questions or if you would like to participate, please give me a call at the office. My direct line is 401-767-8500.
Very good, Em. More of Coffee and coming up. Comments and questions can be called in 766-1240.
Happy holidays from all of us at Chan's. Chan's is open Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for dining and takeout. It's a tradition to call in your orders early. Holiday gift certificates are a perfect gift of good taste. Chan's party platters are ideal for all your party needs. Let Chan's do the cooking. Oh, it's so good. Ring in the new year with the Fat City Band. $60 per person includes dinner buffet, hats, noisemakers, and champagne toast at midnight. Come dance the night away at Chan's.
At Dean Bank, their focus is on helping their customers achieve financial success. Dean Bank is a full-service bank, so they're able to deliver solutions that solve financial problems of all shapes and sizes. And as your neighbor, it's their mission to make a positive impact within the communities where they live and work. Dean Bank offers scholarships to students from participating schools, sponsor local charitable organizations, and more. Visit one of their local Blackstone Valley branches in Bellingham and Blackstone today, or find us online at deanbank.com. Dean Bank, it's my bank. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
Have you heard of Scott McGee with RE/MAX Properties? He's been selling real estate in Rhode Island and Massachusetts for the last 17 years, and you can see that he loves what he does. Scott, as well as his team, take pride in what they call the fair and honest team. No gimmicks. And no, they're not buying your house if it doesn't sell, etc. Just fair and honest real estate. Scott personally works with tons of sellers and buyers and specializes in residential properties as well as commercial, and he's always very fair and offers super competitive rates. Remember, this is probably the biggest move in dollars that you will ever spend or receive. You want to go with a trusted and experienced agent. Scott is fair, honest, and modest, always puts the clients first. And he also dealt with literally almost any situation. You really need to look at your real estate needs as a business. You want to pay and get the right money now so that you're not paying for it later. Trust me. So why not give Scott McGee a call at 401-639-2906. That's 401-639-2906.
Coffee Ann here on ON Radio, and Em's ready to recite us with a phone number for Scott McGee. So go ahead, Em.
Yes. So the number to call is 401-639-2906.
One more time.
401-639-2906.
And we did get it. Thank you very much, Em.
You're very welcome.
We did get a message that was called in 766-1240 asking me to refer to an email that I have not seen, but I'm going to try to paraphrase. And they're a little worried about the Brickell Group with this $500 payment that they have to make to the government. Em, I don't know if you have any information on this. Do you see where, because that's a pretty hefty number, do you think that the Brickell Group may have to lay off people to recoup the money that they have to pay out here? Is that,
Well,
is that
I mean,
a concern?
I would think it would be a concern. I'm not, quite sure, how many people they employ. I know a lot of businesses just in general, because of the economy right now, is not producing, as much as before, or, their source for certain goods are being outsourced overseas. So I hope that this doesn't mean layoffs, but unfortunately, especially at the end of the year, it being a big hit, it could happen. I'm not sure if it would happen, but I hope it doesn't.
Okay.
Talk about somebody else who's making layoffs, though.
Who's that?
Do you want to be the head of Twitter?
Do I
Elon Musk is
want to be
apparently-
Elon?
No, apparently he's looking for someone to manage the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pass.
He's laying
on
off
this.
people left and right.
He's laying off people at Tesla
Yeah.
now, so
Yeah.
the cars are not selling, I guess, as well. I do not want to be the CEO of
Darn
Twitter.
It'd probably pay a little bit better than around here.
I think it does, but the headaches that come along with it, and no,
The longevity of your employment, yeah.
I'm all set. I'll be one of those people that I'm on Twitter. I use Twitter, and I'm there for the jokes. That's the only reason I'm there. Nothing political, and they keep saying they're losing advertising. I don't see any advertising on Twitter. I must be looking in the wrong places. But oh well, I'm there for the laughs.
I was never really a big Twitter
Yeah.
person.
What I like about it is if there's a sporting event that I'm not at and I know someone else is, mostly like Brendan McGarrett,
Yeah.
he tweets out as the game is going along, so I can watch this or listen to this and follow Brendan on Twitter to find out what's happening over there.
So I mean,
I said,
yeah,
I
in
like
in
this,
that
how
regard,
works out.
in that regard, it's
What's
good.
that? I am
Multitasking.
multitasking. Well, I got to look at
Yeah.
3 different screens, and I can handle that.
Good.
All right, but no, I don't want to be Elon Musk. I would like his money, but I don't want to be him. So.
No,
I wasn't
no.
saying you be him, but you be the guy he hires. To,
I see,
But I would
see.
not want to.
And then report to him?
Uh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
that-
no, no,
that's
no, no, no.
risky.
And how about the guy? I don't know his name, but he just agreed to buy the Phoenix Suns basketball team and the Phoenix Mercury newspaper for $4 billion.
Yeah,
He's
that's-
42. And I look at myself. I said, "Where have I gone wrong?"
Yeah.
We're-
I
you
can
know
look at
what?
myself too, and
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't have the wherewithal to buy an NBA. He's going to be the youngest NBA owner.
Oh,
in
of
history.
course.
But I
Yeah.
said, at 42.
42.
How did he acquire the money?
I don't know. I just read the headline. And
Probably
oh my God.
investors.
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
might be a group.
Obviously, he owns other businesses at this time, but some people just have that real knack of
But it's-
how to
but
how
it's
to
insane.
get business. Yeah, yeah.
It's insane. That's so much money.
to buy
And to recoup that?
Well, we'll see how long it takes him to recoup that.
Exactly.
And I always remember, I was always so impressed with Ben Mondor.
Yeah.
And he, who
Yeah.
owned the Pawtucket Red Sox. He retired at 50. Once again, where did I go wrong?
Yeah.
He retired at 50.
He was a very savvy businessman.
And then bought the Pawtucket Red Sox after being cajoled into it, basically.
Yeah.
But and I asked him one time. I said, "What's the secret? What was the secret, Ben, to your success at such a young age?" And he really didn't know. He said, "I just had a very good knack of knowing which business to buy, turn it so it ran better, and then sell it."
Yeah.
And he goes, "That is the key. That really is the key to making money in life. Find a business,
And I bet a
make
little
it
bit of
better,
luck, too.
Well, luck, and you got to buy low and sell high.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really simple. That's real simple economics, and that's what he did. He bought a company that was about to go out or bankrupt, invested some money into it to make it better, up and thriving, sell it to somebody else at an incredible profit, and that's how he did it.
Well,
And some people have that have that real good knowledge and have the strength to do it.
Yeah.
And
you guys still have
And I
years
don't have-
ahead of you. I think I'm probably getting to the end where that's not possible.
I'm relying on the government to take care of me later on.
Oh,
Should I not do
I
that?
am not.
he still believes in the Easter Bunny.
I know.
What is there, something to tell me? All right. Other things going on in the news. The key witness in Operation Plunderdome
Ugh.
passes away.
I saw that.
The FBI investigation that put Buddy Cianci in prison. Antonio Freitas. He was the guy. And how would you like to be that guy? We want you to wear the wire. And we want you to go into Buddy's office. And we need you to get him to admit or to offer him a bribe and have him say yes. Oh, my God.
I know.
Talk about scary.
Well-
And he did. And we didn't get, well, it wasn't to Buddy. He went to Buddy's chief of staff.
Right.
Buddy was smart.
Yeah.
Well, talk about a smart man. Nothing touched Buddy. And you talked to his people.
Well, he still ended up with.
He did go to prison.
Prison for
yeah,
5 years.
I know. But
Yes, but it was something like he had like 40 counts against him, and he only ended up getting charged with 5.
Yeah. Well, he went to prison for 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, all the other charges were just
Were dismissed.
No evidence.
But I will say, when he came back, it was like nothing had changed. People still
they
adored,
loved Buddy.
adored that man.
Loved Buddy in Providence.
Adored that man.
He could run for God, and
Yeah.
he would have won in Providence.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
he was a very effective mayor, and he had a.
And he got a lot
personality
done.
Oh, that match.
Larger than life.
Yeah.
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 And,
I remember years and years ago, the used books. I went to a used book sale down at the Rochambeau Public Library down in Providence, and it was an afternoon. It's very quiet and peaceful, and he came in, and the little old ladies who were running the place went crazy.
Oh, Buddy's here.
They were like swarming on him, and he was charming. He was pleasant. He was there for maybe 10 minutes. He wasn't playing books or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just a public showing up, and it was amazing. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that was Buddy, but Antonio Freitas, he was 73. He passes away, and he was the key guy in that whole thing that brought Buddy down, at least for a little while.
That must have taken a lot of guts to do that, because
yes.
he must have known that this is going to have a major impact on the rest of his life.
Yeah.
People are going to either really revere him or are going to disdain him for harming somebody, for helping to bring down somebody that was their champion, but at the same time was violating the law.
I'm going to need federal protection
Yes.
for the rest of my life because Buddy's arms went pretty long. Well, all right, that's what happened with that one right there. And this doesn't. I don't think this will affect Bob at all. But sports betting has been okayed in Massachusetts at Plain Ridge Casino.
Really?
Yes. They were
That's
thinking about
big.
not doing it. Oh yeah, that'll be huge. And that'll really cut into Twin River.
Yeah, it will.
And people going there to play sports bets. Yes, Bob?
Now, we're talking sports bets with major teams, not with
Yes.
college teams, right?
Good question. Every state's different, and I
Okay.
don't know what Mass is allowing.
Yeah.
You may be able to bet. Sometimes, like I think it's in Rhode Island, you can bet on college sports, but not like PC and URI, not the colleges that are in your state. But if I want to put the bet on the Rose Bowl, which is played on January 1st in
Right.
California, I might be able to do that. That's okay. I don't know what Massachusetts is going to is going to do. But they gave out the okay to Plain Ridge and to Encore Boston Harbor up there in Everett and out in Springfield.
In Springfield at MGM.
At the MGM. So
you're saying that would cut into Rhode Island because Rhode Island does have sports betting now.
and it's had it for
Yeah,
a
we've
number of
had it
months
for-
now.
yeah.
At least over a year now? Oh, yeah, it's been over a
Yeah,
year
it's
now.
been over a year.
2 years now.
Yeah.
That's right. So they've had it down at Bally's for quite a while now. But people come over the line. People like from Rentham
And,
will come
and
over
for
to Rhode Island.
and for those Rhode Islanders, I actually still call it the track.
Wow.
I still call it
Did
the
you go there
track.
when they had the dog racing?
I used to watch it
Yeah.
with my grandfather. I was small. This is early '80s.
You could go at a young
And
age.
yeah,
Just go watch it.
Just go watch. But I used to watch it on TV with my grandfather.
Okay.
And my grandfather, God rest his soul, he was a
You like to bet the dogs?
he had a bookie.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
All right.
he had a bookie.
Wow.
He had a bookie.
All right. More on this coming up in just a minute, but we got to take a break. And it's time for a look at the forecast, which is being brought to you by Splash See Safely.
The National Weather Service has issued a high wind warning and a hazardous weather outlook. The chance of rain today, mainly after 4 p.m., mostly cloudy skies and 45. Tonight, rain, 100% chance, 1 to 2 inches of rain is possible, could be heavy at times. Temperature rising to around 49 degrees by 4 a.m. and east winds kicking up to 43 miles per hour. Friday's weather, another 100% chance of rain, mainly before 3 p.m., temperature rising to 53 by 8 a.m., then falling to 41 for the remainder of the day. Breezy, southeast winds gusting to over 50 miles per hour. New precipitation amounts on Friday, a half to 3/4 of an inch possible. Saturday, sunshine and 23. Christmas Day, sunshine and 27. Monday, sunshine and 30. Tuesday, sunshine and 33. And next Wednesday, mostly sunny and 35.
And thanks, Dave. Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with mostly clear skies. We have 29 degrees. Clear your way this winter with Splash Premium Windshield Washer Fluid. It melts frost and ice like that. Find Splash Weather Repel at Walmart.
When your Little League team or scout troop needed to raise money, who did you go to see first? If you're like most people, you went to your local merchants. You asked them to put ads in your programs, buy your raffle tickets, donate goods and services to your fundraiser, and so forth. Many times they can't afford to do it, but because they're part of the community, they do it anyway. The least we can do is to show some appreciation by shopping their stores whenever possible. This holiday season, invest in your own future and do your shopping here at home.
One of our great hometown merchants is Marion's Sew and Vac, 234 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham.
It's always a good time of year to shop at the Honey Shop at Park Square, Woonsocket, but now's the best time with special events all month long. If you're looking for some amazing gifts at affordable prices, stop by the Honey Shop. The shop is packed with hostess gifts, teachers' gifts, handcrafted jewelry, charcuterie boards with cheeses, sausage, crackers, dips and soup mixes, gift boxes with hot sauces, salsas, or barbecue sauce, body care products like lavender bath soak ornaments, seasonal fragranced items, essential and fragrance oils. They also have Himalayan salt lamps, chakra sage smudges, and holiday ornaments, customizable gift baskets and boxes. Stop by for affordably priced, locally crafted gifts at the Honey Shop, 1300 Park Avenue, Woonsocket, 766-1488. You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Richards, and among the items we'll put up for bid on the Thursday Milk Fund Radio Auction are a wooden hanging sign from North Smithfield and Woonsocket, collectible nutcrackers and dolls, plus gift cards from the Beef Barn, Duncan Executive Auto Wash, Wright's Dairy Farm, Little General Stores, Al's Place, Elm Street Pizza, and a driveway ceiling from Interstate Seal Coating. So join me, Joe Callahan, and our special guest auctioneers, Judy Sullivan from the Gym LLC, along with Stephanie Santoro and Garrett Mancieri, for our final auction from 4 to 5 here and only on ON Radio.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee Ann here on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Bob Lauder and Emily Hayning-Sheen from The Call. Bob, time for first message, please, from your law office.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to talk to you this morning about a recent Rhode Island Supreme Court case with the intriguing title of The Smile of the Child versus the estate of Manuela Papadopoulos, which was decided in April of 2022. Mrs. Papadopoulos was born in Rhode Island and owned real estate in both Middletown and real estate in the nation of Greece. After her retirement, she moved to Greece, where she died in 2015. She was not married and she had no children. Following her death, a cousin filed a petition in the probate court of Middletown seeking to be appointed as the administrator of her decedent estate. At approximately the same time, a holographic will, that is, a will that is written by hand, was produced in a court in Greece. That will bequeathed the assets of the deceased to the Smile of the Child. A challenge was filed in the courts in Greece alleging that the holographic will was not written by the decedent, but by somebody else, and that the signature of the decedent was affixed to the will at a time after the decedent began to experience significant mental deterioration, and therefore may not have known what she was signing. The issue which brought this case to the consideration of the Rhode Island Supreme Court was the dispute as to whether or not the administrator appointed by the probate court in Rhode Island had the authority to pay the defense claims in the case brought in Greece. The Smile of the Child claimed that the payment of such fees from the assets of the deceased were not permitted under the provisions of Greek law, and the administrator argued that such payments were permissible under the law of the state of Rhode Island. The Supreme Court balanced the dispute between the laws of the two jurisdictions, that is, Greece and Rhode Island, and determined that since the actual jurisdictional dispute was in Greece, the laws of Greece should prevail as to whether or not the costs for defending the estate of the deceased would be paid by the administrator, in Rhode Island. It's a complicated case, but it involves an individual who owed significant property and failed to execute any valid estate plan, whether it be a last will and testament or a more advanced living trust. And therefore, she jeopardized the distribution of her assets in a manner that she really desired. The moral? Prepare now for the future. Make valid and legally enforceable estate plans. If you'd like to discuss this or other legal matters with me, please call my office for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer. The Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court is not licensed to certify any attorney as an expert specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
So what I get out of that, Bob, is that if you have a lawsuit in Greece, they should call you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because you can practice there, right?
I cannot practice there. I can't even read Greek. I would be just about the worst person you could imagine.
Here's the handwritten will in Greek. What's it say, Bob?
Is that where Google Translator comes in?
Yes, it does,
Yes.
as a matter
Yeah,
of
it
fact.
does.
Very good, Bob.
Jeez, if I'd only had that when I was in the 8th grade in high school.
So are handwritten wills valid in the United States?
Yes, they can be.
They can. Okay.
But they have
How
to
can you
be-
prove who's
they
written it
have
and
to
when it
be-
was written?
They have to be executed and witnessed in accordance with the laws of the state where the will is being drafted.
And notarized.
No,
I
not
would
notarized.
think.
It has to be
No?
witnessed.
Okay.
Okay. Why would someone choose to handwrite their will?
I can't tell you why.
Okay.
I've had it happen. I've had one case that
Yeah.
involved a handwritten will in Rhode Island, and it was challenged in the court because the individual who was preparing it didn't fulfill the requirements as to how it was to be witnessed and
I
things
see.
like that. It was a little old lady who sat down at her kitchen table and didn't want to apparently hire a lawyer and thought she could do it on her own and prepared it.
How
That
long
goes
was
back
it?
about 40 years ago.
Was it like a page and a half? I mean, was it a short
It
thing?
was about, I think it was a page and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one piece of paper and both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should leave everything to the dog?
No, but
Okay.
she did make bequests to. She left some of her property to charities, and because the will was challenged, the charities never got anything.
Oh, wow. No, that's too bad.
That's too bad.
All right. In other legal news going on, the story that we have today, a woman from North Providence, she's getting 18 months in prison, making false statements on a loan application and theft of government property. Yeah. Let's see. Her name is Juliana Martins, and according to prosecutors, she applied for an FHA-backed mortgage, but she forgot to disclose that she had previously been in prison.
Oh,
You can't do that, right, Bob?
apparently not.
Nope. Okay. And she also fraudulently claimed COVID unemployment benefits.
Oh,
So not only does she get 18 months in prison, she has to pay back $40,000 in restitution. What happens, Bob? When you hear that a lot. They got to pay this back. They got to pay this back. What if they don't have the $40K? They've spent it on other things.
Well,
they spend the rest of their lives paying it back.
Do they?
they could.
Yeah.
They could also probably try and avoid it by going into bankruptcy, but I'm not sure that would be a dischargeable claim in their case.
Will they just garnish
may
their
end up-
wages just forever?
Could happen.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Something to be aware of. Don't be fraudulent with the government. They're probably going to catch you. All right. Just in
Ever
case
since the government issued me my draft card, I know they're watching over me.
Just in case you're driving down in Warwick under a big truck, there's a new weight limit on Route 37.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
Really?
Yep. The bridge weight limit was previously 16 tons, but the new weight limit is only 5. And that could be a big
Oh,
change.
that's a huge change.
To truck drivers, yeah. Commercial vehicles that are too heavy will have to follow a detour using Post Road, the airport connector, and then Route 95. The bridge is one of several structures being repaired by RIDOT on the major freeway.
Where does it say that bridge is located?
In Warwick.
It didn't say which exit or anything like
This
that.
is the bridge that carries Route 37 westbound over the Amtrak line.
Oh, all right.
So
Okay.
I'm not sure. But,
So that's more towards the airport.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
the DOT is always looking at the bridges, and you never know when they're
Now
going to fall
my
down. So
now
they
my
just lower the
question now
weight.
my question is so I mean that's a huge gap
Yeah.
in tons that are allowed to be on that. So is it because of the new material that they're using to fix the bridge?
I'm just thinking.
Or is it just a cautionary
I
that
think it's that. We can't have these 16-ton trucks coming over this bridge. It's going to collapse. We can lower it. And I'm not an engineer, but let's lower it to 5 while we work on it,
okay, and
and
then
then bump it back up.
okay, so is that their plan that they will bump?
I'm not sure what their plan is.
That's-
Peter
that's-
Alviti never lets me in on these on these things. I keep asking him, and he keeps saying, "Who are you?" So, kind of like Elon Musk when I called him for a job. He's like, and who are you again?
Probably would listen to you. Though.
Tell them that you know me.
Oh, okay. That probably helps out a
that'll
lot.
work.
That'll work a lot. All right. A murder suspect in Providence made it all the way to Ohio. Usually they make it farther before he was arrested. U.S. Marshals arrested 22-year-old man. His last name is Martinez. Yesterday on a fugitive from justice charge for a murder in Rhode Island.
Oh.
Yes, he's probably being held at a county jail in Youngstown, Ohio. And Channel 12 in Providence reports Martinez was wanted in connection with the shooting death of a man on Waverly Street in Providence on Monday. Police have not yet released the victim's name.
Do you see the article where they had arrested an individual in one of the South American countries?
Yes.
I think it was
Yes.
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yeah,
For a
we actually
murder
we talked about that last week after you left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted on a murder 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were just talking, imagine being on the run for that long. And we also talked about, you do the murder and you get on a plane and no one stops you and the plane takes off and you must be pretty happy until, you land in Guatemala and no one's there to arrest you and you probably think you got away with it.
I would
And you
imagine
start
you
your
did.
whole life on the shrimp farm. That's what
Yeah.
he was doing. And everything's fine. Not knowing that people are still looking for you. And then 30 years later, it's sir,
They gotcha.
come with us. And yikes.
Yeah.
So okay, that was last week's, but that one got pretty far away. There was another one that something happened in Massachusetts. He made it to Florida. This one only made it to Ohio before he got caught.
But that's,
They're always
I mean,
looking for you.
it's Thursday.
Yep.
It's caught, yesterday?
Yep.
He actually
Murder on
got,
Monday.
he got pretty far.
In 2 days? Yeah. All right. All right. Bob's always up for a good, funny lawsuit.
Okay.
And this is out of
You
Massachusetts.
talking my client list?
Maybe. Let me know. The Massachusetts highest court has overturned a $5 million award to a Kingston, Massachusetts couple over golf balls from a nearby golf course flying into their yard. All right. The couple sued for emotional harm. Oh, golf balls are killing me. Emotional harm over the hundreds of balls from the nearby Indian Pond Country Club soaring onto their property. The Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts has ruled that the trial judge made a legal error in the jury instructions. Wow, a technicality. The case will return to court where a jury will have to decide how many golf balls must hit a home before it becomes an intrusion. Anything over 4, I think, is now an intrusion. But that's just me.
I remember reading about the claim earlier.
Yeah?
And the guy has lots of, hit his house.
Well, he's saying
Apparently
hundreds.
Has,
Yeah.
damage to the property, broken windows, damage to the siding on the house.
Yeah, I wish I said that earlier because it sounds like it's just landing in his backyard.
No.
But it's
But they're
really
actually,
not.
they're really ruining his
It's-
house.
Yeah.
So that's a problem right there.
Yeah.
So who was there first, the golf course or the house?
Well, I think the golf course was there first.
Okay.
But also, I think the golf course had alleged that they had tried to remediate the situation by putting in trees and barriers and things like that to prevent the golf balls from
Maybe it's not
actually-
working as well.
But it isn't apparently working.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And people always say, "Oh, I want a house on a golf course," and I'm thinking,
No, you don't.
Are you kidding?
No, you don't.
What, do you want plexiglass for your windows too?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, well, let's go. So,
Now, how
that's
many
going back
and
to
how
court.
many yards is the house from the golf course? Like that's
It doesn't
that's
say.
the other
Yeah.
kind of.
It doesn't say, but I would say the golf balls are hitting the house in the air. They're not hitting the ground and bounce, hit
Gotcha.
the house.
No.
They're smashing into the house.
Right.
So
And
it's got to be relatively close.
I think there was a photograph that showed that the house was the land of the homeowner was actually abutting the golf course.
Is
it's
it?
not
It probably
separated
is.
by a road or anything
Oh,
like that.
okay.
It's right adjacent to it.
You know, it's funny. You watch golf on TV and you look at how good the pros are who hit it straight all the time.
oh, yeah.
right down the middle of the fairway. Go out and watch us real golfers.
Saying
try to hit
every
a golf
single
ball
time you
and
hit the golf. Yeah,
and you try to make it go straight. I mean, golf is a terribly difficult sport.
I love it.
Terribly difficult. But you're either the old joke: if my ball goes to the left, I've hooked it. If it goes to the right, I've sliced it. If it goes down the middle, it's a miracle. Because so your average golfer is not very good, and they are going to make mistakes, and they're going to if your house is you're a right-handed golfer, you line up to hit, that house is over to the left, and now you've hooked it, and now it goes through the window, and it happens, and that's the. I asked that who was there first,
Yeah.
and if the golf course is there first, well, does the homeowner take some responsibility? Well, you knew the golf course was here.
And is there homeowners insurance for that type of
Well, there's
situation? I wonder.
just damage, right?
It's damage to the property, but
Yeah.
I don't know if a insurance company would actually issue a policy on that, knowing the likelihood of claims being filed on a repeated
pretty high.
basis.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
true.
And I wonder if the court will take that into consideration. Well, you bought the house knowing there was a country club right there, and
I
people are going to be playing golf in your backyard.
And there'd be an alternative if the country club were to put up something like a billboard that would cover that entire area of that man's land,
Mm-hmm.
with the owner of the land then be saying, well, you're obstructing my
My
view
view.
of the golf course
That's
and
right.
making my house less desirable that way.
And if there's one house, I bet there's more houses that are lining the golf course.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right, that's what's going down there in Kingston. Bob, it's time for a second message from your law office, and we'll take another break here
I
on
think
the
I will
Coffee and
forego
Program.
the second message and just wish all of our listeners, those who are Christian, a happy Christmas. Those who are of other faiths, a joyous holiday, and for all of us, a happy and safe New Year.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob. More Coffee and coming up. Please stay tuned.
Krakow Deli Bakery and Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal real special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogi with onions and dirty sour cream, or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported goods. We're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 9 to 6, Wednesdays 9 to 5, and Saturdays 8 to 5. Follow us on Facebook to learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street in Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery and Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
They are more than a flower shop at Park Square Florist. This Christmas season, stop in to pick up a Thomas Kincaid Snowflake Fudge Shop Cottage. Perfect for decorating. Park Square Florist offers Stonewall Kitchen products. These spreads taste great on toast. And be sure to check out the Wear Your Roots t-shirts featuring Rhode Island and Massachusetts states in various sizes. For ornaments, unique religious items, and gift certificates, plus flowers, remember Park Square Florist, 1300 Park Avenue, Woonsocket. Merry Christmas from Park Square Florist. Quality, compassion, community is Landmark Medical Center. But why choose Landmark? Here's why. You get the care you need without traveling far from home. Also, you'll receive heart care, wound healing, and preventative care and services. Plus, you get emergency care 24 hours a day, every day at Landmark Medical Center. Your community hospital is Landmark Medical Center, 115 Cass Avenue, Woonsocket. Visit landmarkmedical.org for more information. All right, Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. And I'm Joe Callahan. Bob Larders here. Emily Haney-Sheen is here from the Call newspaper. And, all right, another lawsuit in the making, Bob. You ready?
Wow.
Tons of lawsuits
Tons of
today.
lawsuits
This
today.
is great.
Yep, okay. A
Do they have
family.
my phone number?
Sorry, but it's not it's out of state. So
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. A family in Nashville, Tennessee. They want answers. They want answers, Bob, because they were moving from London, England, to Nashville. And they're bringing
Why?
Thank you, Emily. That was my first question.
Well, it doesn't get good. That's not part of the story. But they pack up the whole house, which includes their dog. And everybody gets on the airplane, and the dog gets on the wrong airplane. Now, not like it's not the dog's fault, because, they get put in a crate. And so the family goes to Nashville, Tennessee, and the dog goes to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no.
This is a huge mistake. So the Miller family, that's their name, the Miller family. And Bluebell, that's the name of the dog, ends up in Saudi Arabia, and it's the fault of British Airways.
Right.
Because that's the airline
Yeah.
that they run. And they're taking responsibility for the mix-up, saying that's all on us. So Bluebell has made it home.
Oh, good.
They went and got him, or her, in Saudi Arabia, put him on another plane, flew it to Nashville, Tennessee, home safe and sound after an exhausting journey to the United States. Probably took like a day and a half. So do we
than
just take the I'm sorry from British Airways? They probably refunded their money for losing their dog.
I
sure
mean,
the dog flew
I'm
free.
sure British Airways did a lot more than that.
Well, okay, because we don't want to be sued.
No. So there was probably a lot of free airline miles.
Yeah, you want to fly back
or,
to London?
What have you.
And what's wrong with Nashville, Tennessee, as opposed to London, England, Em?
I've lived in London,
Yeah.
And
You like it?
I sometimes I wish I was
Back there,
I
right?
was back there.
Oh, okay.
I've have visited Tennessee and Nashville, and well, I'm not
You're
a
picking
country,
London.
and I am not a country music person
okay.
whatsoever. It's a little congested and kind of a big party town, and it seems like it's either that or it's desolate.
Really? Oh, okay.
What's really exciting, though, is coming back to Logan, which we had
Yeah.
one time, and hearing your name paged, and please report to that particular airline counter. That's never good news.
Did that happen to you?
Yes.
Wow.
Fortunately, it was not coming back, so we didn't
Yeah.
lose the luggage on the way over. But coming back, it's not on the plane. It's somewhere else. So.
And they didn't know?
Oh, they knew where it was.
We'll get it to
Yeah.
you as soon as possible?
No, our problem was we had checked in very early in Barcelona, and they had not put it on the plane. It was still in the airport in
Oh, I
Barcelona.
see, I
So
see.
they delivered it to the house the following day.
Now, that's so funny you bring that up, Bob, because I'm going to ask Emily now. Have you ever been in an airport where your name has been paged?
Yes.
You know, I thought it was just me. This is more common than I thought.
It was actually my cousin and I is back in like 1997. Yeah, 1997. We actually it's happened to me twice. So
Wow.
in 1997, we were in Mexico, and we almost missed our flight coming back because my cousin had ran up the alcohol tab so high at the
At the airport?
no
Oh, at the
the
other bar.
hotel that we couldn't leave the hotel until the bill was paid.
All right.
So that in lieu made us late to the airport.
I see.
And then fast forward, so they were calling our names.
Yeah, 'cause the board- you're
because
boarding.
of boarding. Mm-hmm. So fast forward,
Oh, that's funny.
1999. My friends and I were in Switzerland, going back to London, as we were living in London, and again,
You didn't hear your name?
we had to hear our name because they were boarding the plane. But now, yes, the common denominator is me in both situations.
That sounds like it's alcohol, Bob.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't me.
No, it's who you were with.
It was who I was with
Yeah,
that
okay.
made us late.
that's funny.
But yeah, it's
All right,
it's
Why
scary
did-
though.
Why did your name get
I was patient at an airport too, and it wasn't because I was late. And I went to school in Boise, Idaho.
Right.
I am landing. I landed in the Boise airport for the first time. So I've just arrived there, and I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, what do I do now? And I got to go get my luggage. So I start walking, and my name is paged, but I'm not expecting to hear my name. Who knows me here? And so all I heard was my name.
Yo.
And they talked after that, but I didn't hear what they said. I'm like, and I'm waiting for them to repeat it. Nothing. Oh, man. So I'm looking around, and there's a couple of agents from United Airlines just standing at their counter who were just standing there watching people go by. I said, come on, luck. Here we go. And so I walked up to them. I said, they just made an announcement. The announcement was for me, but I did not hear what I'm supposed to do. Did you happen to hear it? And they had. And they said, sure, you ought to meet your party at the Avis Rent-A-Car.
Neat.
Excellent. Where's that?
Yeah.
Now, you keep walking down here. You get to the escalator, go down where baggage claim is. Avis is right across from the escalator. Thank you very much. Over to the escalator. Going down the escalator, there's a person standing at the Avis Rent-A-Car. And I'm like, and I walk over. I'm Joe. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. I'm your ride to school. So let's go get your bag and we're out of here. So, but it's really weird to hear your name, and it had nothing to do with flights, because I've heard
Yeah.
that happen before.
Yeah.
And
He must have really been wanted out there in Idaho, because my school never sent a car to get me anywhere.
well, it really wasn't the school. Remember I told you I was there on a special program?
No.
I understood you were a special student.
I'm giving his book back. Here, bring this back to your wife. No, I was there on a special, like you go study over or abroad. That's a special program. This was a special program called National
okay.
Student Exchange, where you just stayed in the United States.
Okay.
Studied at another school.
So they took you
So
from a
the person-
well-educated part of the country, and they put you out in the boondocks.
Well, no, I picked to go there. They didn't put me there.
And again, why
Why not?
did you pick?
Oh, why? All right. Quickly, once again, I had to pick 3 schools,
Okay.
and for them to, and then choose from those 3. But my grades were not the greatest, so they said don't pick a school where a lot of other kids are going to pick, because they'll just say no to you and they'll take the A students.
Oh, okay.
I said okay. So I had it now narrowed down to Kearney State College. That's in Nebraska, and they've changed their name. They're now part of the University of Nebraska, University of Montana, and Boise State. And I decided Nebraska was too flat. Didn't want to go there. University of Montana was on the trimester system. I wanted everything to transfer back equally and easily. So that left Boise State. And that's why I ended up
Good
there.
planning.
And there were 14 other of us in that program that went there for the most did it for just one semester. I did it for the whole year. So for the second semester, there was about 5 of us. And the others came from upstate New York, and some came from Florida, and one, I remember one being from Texas. So, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so there was someone from the program with the school waiting for me at the airport, and I'm like,
Wow.
You felt like a celebrity.
I wish they were holding up a sign, but that didn't happen. So that was my being paged at the airport. Never late for a flight, though. I'm pretty knock on wood on that. So, all right, we've come to the end of the program. We thank you very much for listening. Bob Lauder, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming in. And M, Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, likewise. And, the Woonsocket Call and the Pawtucket Times wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday. And I'll be here next week, same time, same place.
Very good. I'm Joe Callahan. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember is coming up at 9:30, and then at 4 o'clock, it's our final 4 o'clock Milk Fund auction of the year. Please join us.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Millions of Americans are bracing for blizzard-like conditions and below freezing temperatures across parts of the Midwest and the